What's up, everyone? For the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you a side of Rwanda that almost nobody gets to see. We're not just talking about the famous gorilla treks, we are going deep into the heart of Africa to uncover 10 of the most insane hidden gems this country has to offer. I'm talking about ancient lava caves you can explore, a walkway suspended high above a rainforest, and even a royal palace that looks like something out of a movie. I promise you, some of these spots will completely blow your mind, and you have probably never ever heard of them before. And listen, you are not going to want to click away from this one. I've saved one of the most powerful and moving locations for last, and trust me, it's an experience that will stick with you forever. We're going on an adventure that most travel guides completely miss. I'm putting everything on the line to bring you the most epic journey through Rwanda's secret spots, showing you things that feel like they're from another world. Are you ready for this? This is a side of Rwanda that is raw, beautiful, and completely unexpected. We're going to be hiking to volcanic crater lakes, kayaking on serene twin lakes, and getting up close with some of the rarest primates on the entire planet. Every single one of these 10 locations is a unique adventure, and I'm taking you along for every single second. So, grab your snacks, get comfortable, because we are about to explore the 10 most incredible hidden gems in Rwanda. Let's go! Alright, for our first hidden gem, we are starting literally at the top. We're here at Nyungwe Forest National Park, but we're not just hiking through it like a normal person. We are about to walk across this insane canopy walkway, suspended 70 meters, that's over 230 feet, above the forest floor. Look at this thing. It's one of the only ones of its kind in all of East Africa, and the views from up here are absolutely unreal. You can see for miles and miles with nothing but an endless sea of green treetops below you. It's like being a bird. This isn't just about the crazy heights and the adrenaline rush, though. Nyungwe Forest is a biodiversity hotspot. Down there in that dense jungle are 13 different species of primates, including chimpanzees and the super rare Lost's monkey. There are also over 300 species of birds, and some of them you can only find right here in this forest. Every step you take on this walkway, you're surrounded by the sounds of the jungle, the calls of exotic birds, the rustling of monkeys in the branches. It's a completely immersive experience. The walkway itself is 160 meters long, split into 3 sections, and let me tell you, it sways. With every step you feel a little wobble, which just adds to the thrill. You're literally walking through the clouds, surrounded by giant ancient trees, some of which are hundreds of years old. You can see orchids and other plants growing right on the tree branches at eye level, stuff you would never ever see from the ground. This isn't just a walk, it's a completely different perspective on what a rainforest is. Honestly, standing up here with the entire world stretching out below you is one of the most mind-blowing feelings ever. It makes you feel so small in the best way possible. Most people who come to Rwanda completely miss this. They head straight for the gorillas and have no idea that this incredible feat of engineering is waiting for them. This is adventure at its purest, and we're just getting started. This is hidden gem number 1, and it's already setting an unbelievably high bar for the rest of our journey. Okay. After that insane canopy walk, I wanted to find something a little more peaceful, a little more serene. And I think we found it. Welcome to Lake Burera and Lake Ruhondo, the twin lakes of Rwanda. These aren't on the main tourist trail at all. In fact, getting here was an adventure in itself, driving down these winding dirt roads. But look at this. It is absolutely breathtaking. They're called the Twin Lakes because they are right next to each other, separated only by a thin strip of land, and they are surrounded by these steep terraced hills. What's crazy is that one lake is significantly higher than the other, and they're connected by a small channel. The water is this deep, incredible blue, and it's so calm and quiet here. All you can hear is the wind, and maybe some kids laughing in a nearby village. We rented a traditional dugout canoe and we're just gliding across the water. This is the definition of tranquility. You can see local fishermen out in their boats, a real, authentic slice of Rwandan life that feels a million miles away from the busy cities. The local guides here will tell you all these amazing stories and legends about how the lakes were formed. They say the lakes were created by a furious god, and they have all this folklore that has been passed down for generations. Being out here on the water, surrounded by this dramatic landscape, you can almost feel that ancient magic. Every direction you look, there's another perfect photo opportunity, another stunning view of the volcanoes of the Virunga Massif in the distance. It's just unreal. This is the kind of place you come to just disconnect and be present. There are no big resorts, no crowds of tourists, just you, the water, and the incredible scenery. You can spend an entire day just exploring the different islands on the lakes, having a picnic on the shore, and meeting the super friendly people who live here. For anyone looking for a true escape, an untouched piece of paradise in Rwanda, this is it. These twin lakes are a secret that I almost don't want to share. It's that special. You guys are not going to believe this. We are at Gishwati Mukura National Park, and this place is so new, it only became a national park in 2015 and just recently opened up for tourism. This makes it one of the absolute best-kept secrets in the entire country. For years this forest was almost completely destroyed, but now it's part of this massive reforestation project, a huge conservation success story. And because it's so new, we have this entire place almost to ourselves. It feels like we are the first people to ever explore it. The main reason to come here, the thing that makes this park so special, is the primates. Gishwati Mukura is home to a group of chimpanzees that are just now being habituated to humans. This means the experience of tracking them is incredibly raw and unpredictable. It's not like other parks where the chimps are totally used to people. Here it's a real, authentic tracking adventure. We're also on the lookout for golden monkeys and the extremely rare Lahwest's monkey, which you can sometimes spot high up in the trees. The landscape here is just rugged and beautiful. We're hiking through dense jungle, crossing streams, and climbing up muddy hillsides. Our guide is literally cutting a path for us with a machete in some places. This is not a walk in the park, this is a real expedition. The forest is alive with the sounds of insects, birds, and the calls of monkeys echoing through the trees. You feel like a true explorer, discovering a lost world that is slowly being brought back to life. It's an incredible feeling to be a part of that. This park represents hope. It shows that it's possible to reverse environmental damage and bring a habitat back from the brink. By visiting, we're directly supporting the conservation efforts and the local communities that depend on the forest. This isn't just about seeing rare animals, it's about witnessing a miracle of nature and human effort working together. Gishwati Mukura is a hidden gem that's only going to get more popular, so coming here now feels like we've been let in on a huge secret. Get ready for a huge change of pace. We've left the jungles and lakes behind, and now we are stepping back in time. This is the Nyanza Royal Palace, the former home of the King of Rwanda, and this place is incredible. It's not some ancient stone ruin. It's this beautifully crafted, beehive-shaped palace made entirely from traditional materials. This was the heart of the Rwandan kingdom for decades, and walking through these grounds feels like you're walking through history. The craftsmanship is just insane. This main building, the King's Palace, is a reconstruction of the original, and it's a masterpiece of traditional architecture. Look at the intricate weaving of the roof and the walls. Inside, it's surprisingly spacious. Our guide is explaining how every single part of the palace had a specific purpose and meaning. They had separate huts for different things, like one for brewing the king's beer and another for storing milk, which was super important in Rwandan culture. It's a fascinating look into a royal lifestyle that has completely vanished. But here's the craziest part. Right next to the traditional palace, there's the modern palace that the king moved into in the 1930s. It's this European-style building, and seeing the two side by side is such a wild contrast. It perfectly shows this moment in history when Rwanda was colliding with the modern world. But the real stars of the show here are the Inyambo, the sacred royal cows. These are not your average cows, they are massive, with these unbelievably long, elegant horns. These cows are treated like royalty themselves. They have their own special herders who sing to them and recite poems about them. It's a tradition that goes back centuries. Seeing these majestic animals with their trainers singing to them against the backdrop of the royal palace is one of the most unique cultural experiences you can have in Rwanda. This isn't just a museum, it's a living piece of the country's soul, a hidden gem that tells the story of a proud kingdom. Okay, adventure level is about to go through the roof. We are just outside the town of Musanze, at the foothills of the Virunga volcanoes, and we are about to go underground. This is the entrance to the Musanze Caves. These aren't just any caves, these are ancient lava tunnels formed millions of years ago by volcanic eruptions. They stretch for over 2 kilometers, and we are going deep inside to explore them. We've got our helmets, we've got our headlamps, let's do this! The second you step inside, the temperature drops and it's completely dark without our lights. The air is cool and damp, and you can hear water dripping from the ceiling, echoing through the massive caverns. This place is huge. The main tunnel is like a subway station with massive ceilings and wide open spaces. Our guide is showing us all these incredible rock formations and the different colors in the stone created by different minerals. It feels like we're on another planet. As we go deeper, the tunnels get narrower, and we have to duck and squeeze through some sections. There are colonies of bats hanging from the ceiling, and when you shine your light on them, you see thousands of tiny eyes looking back at you. It's a little creepy, but so cool. The guide told us that during the Rwandan genocide, these caves were used as a hiding place for people escaping the violence, which adds this whole other layer of heavy history to the place. It's both a natural wonder and a site of human survival. Exploring these lava tubes is a genuine adventure. It's dark, it's mysterious, and you feel a real sense of discovery with every step. You can see the flow patterns of the ancient lava frozen in the rock walls. It's like a geology lesson come to life. Most people come to Musanze for the gorillas and have no idea that this massive underground world is sitting right beneath their feet. This is an epic hidden gem for anyone who wants to get their hands a little dirty and experience something totally unique. After the intensity of the caves, we needed to find a place to just chill out and relax. And I think we found the perfect spot. Welcome to Kibuye, a small town perched on the shores of the magnificent Lake Kivu. Now, Lake Kivu is one of Africa's Great Lakes, but most tourists only visit the northern part. Down here in Kibuye, it's a whole different vibe. It's incredibly peaceful, laid back, and in my opinion, it's the most beautiful part of the entire lake. The town is spread out across a series of hills that jut out into the lake, meaning almost everywhere you look, you have these stunning water views. The landscape is dotted with pine trees and eucalyptus, which makes the air smell amazing. We're staying at this small, locally owned guest house right on the water, and the hospitality has been unbelievable. The people here are so warm and welcoming. It feels less like a tourist destination and more like you're being welcomed into a community. The best thing to do here is just get out on the water. We took a boat tour to explore some of the nearby islands. One of them is called Napoleon Island. Not because of the French emperor, but because it's shaped like his hat. And get this, it's home to a massive colony of fruit bats. We also visited Amahoro Island, which means Peace Island, where you can go for a swim or just relax on the shore. The water is crystal clear and perfect for a dip on a hot day. Kibuye is also a place with a very deep and somber history. There's a church on a hill overlooking the town that is now a genocide memorial, a powerful reminder of the tragedy that struck this beautiful place. But the town today is a symbol of resilience and peace. Spending a few days here, enjoying the quiet beauty, the stunning sunsets, and the genuine kindness of the people, is the perfect way to recharge. This hidden gem shows you the peaceful, resilient heart of Rwanda. Alright, for our next hidden gem, we're heading indoors for a dose of culture and history. We are in the town of Huye, which used to be the colonial capital of Rwanda, and we're at the Ethnographic Museum. Now I know what you might be thinking, a museum? But trust me, this is not your boring, dusty old museum. This place is considered one of the best museums in all of East Africa, and it is absolutely fascinating. It was a gift from Belgium, and the collection inside is honestly mind-blowing. The museum takes you on a journey through the entire history of Rwanda, from its ancient origins to the present day. You get to see incredible artifacts related to hunting, farming, pottery, and traditional medicine. They have displays that show you exactly how people lived, what their homes looked like, and the tools they used in their daily lives. It gives you such a deep appreciation for the ingenuity and richness of Rwandan culture long before Europeans ever arrived. The level of detail is just incredible. One of the most impressive sections is the collection of traditional crafts. They have these beautiful, hand-woven baskets with intricate patterns that are famous all over the world. There are also displays of traditional clothing, jewelry, and weapons. You can spend hours in here just looking at the incredible craftsmanship and artistry. The museum does an amazing job of not just showing you objects, but telling you the stories behind them, explaining their significance in society. But the best part is the live performance outside. They have a group of traditional Rwandan dancers and drummers who put on this incredible show. The energy is insane. The drumming is so powerful it vibrates through your whole body, and the dancers are so athletic and graceful. It's a vibrant, living display of the culture you just learned about inside. This museum isn't just a building with old stuff. It's an immersive experience that connects you directly to the heart and soul of Rwanda. An absolute must-see hidden gem. When people think of Akagera National Park, they usually think of the Big Five and the busy northern plains. But we found a secret. We're exploring the southern circuit of the park, an area that most visitors completely skip. And let me tell you, it is a completely different world down here. It's dominated by a massive network of lakes and papyrus swamps, making it one of the largest protected wetlands in Central Africa. The landscape is stunning, and it's packed with wildlife that you might not see in other parts of the park. Because it's a wetland ecosystem, the bird life here is absolutely off the charts. We're talking over 480 different species. We're on a boat safari on Lake Ihema, the second largest lake in Rwanda, and we've already seen dozens of African fish eagles, cormorants, and massive flocks of pelicans. But the prize we're all looking for is the rare and prehistoric-looking shoebill stork. Finding one of these elusive birds is like finding a needle in a haystack, and just searching for it is an adventure in itself. The lakes are also home to some of the biggest concentrations of hippos and crocodiles in Africa. Look over there, you can see dozens of hippos chilling in the water, and massive Nile crocodiles sunbathing on the banks. Being on a boat gets you so much closer to these animals than you could ever get in a safari vehicle. You're at their level, watching them in their natural habitat. It's an intense and humbling experience to see these powerful creatures up close. Beyond the water, the southern part of the park has these beautiful rolling hills and savannas where you can spot herds of impala, zebra, and topi. Because there are fewer tourists here, the animals seem more relaxed, and the whole experience feels more wild and exclusive. It's like having your own private safari. Exploring Akagera's southern circuit is proof that even in a famous park, there are still hidden corners waiting to be discovered. This is the real untamed Africa. Alright team, for our 9th hidden gem we are undertaking our most physically demanding challenge yet. We are at the base of Mount Bisoke, one of the 8 Virunga volcanoes, and we are about to hike all the way to the summit. But we're not just doing it for the views. At the very top of this 3,711-meter-high volcano, there is a spectacular, perfectly formed crater lake. People told us this hike is tough and muddy and steep, but they also said the reward at the end is one of the most beautiful sights in all of Africa. Challenge accepted. The hike is no joke. We're trekking through different zones of vegetation, starting in a bamboo forest where we have to keep an eye out for mountain gorillas and golden monkeys. As we climb higher, the bamboo gives way to this dense Haginia hypericum forest, which feels like something out of a fairy tale with all the old man's beard moss hanging from the trees. The path is steep and incredibly muddy. At some points we are literally pulling ourselves up the trail using branches and roots. Our guide is amazing, telling us about all the different plants and their traditional uses. He's also keeping us motivated because, let me tell you, the altitude is real. Every breath is harder than the last, and your legs are burning. But then, you break through the tree line and you see the final push to the summit. This is the hardest part, a steep climb up the volcanic scree, but you can feel that you're almost there. The anticipation is building with every single step. And then, you reach the top. And it's all worth it. You look down, and there it is. A perfect circle of turquoise water, the crater lake often shrouded in mist that swirls around you. The feeling of accomplishment is overwhelming. You've conquered a volcano. Standing on the rim looking down at this secret lake with 360-degree views of Rwanda and the Congo on a clear day is a moment I will never, ever forget. This is what adventure is all about, pushing your limits to witness something truly extraordinary. For our final location, we're going somewhere that isn't about adventure or beautiful landscapes. It's about remembrance, reflection, and understanding the heart of this nation. We are at the Nyamata Genocide Memorial, one of the many sites across Rwanda that preserves the memory of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. This was a church where thousands of people sought refuge, believing they would be safe. It's an incredibly difficult place to visit, but it is essential for understanding the Rwanda of today. The church has been left largely as it was found after the massacre. The clothes of the victims are piled on the pews. You can see the holes in the roof from grenades and the bullet holes in the walls. It is a raw and unbelievably powerful testament to the horrors that took place here. It's impossible to walk through this space and not be profoundly moved. It's a place of deep sorrow, but also one of immense importance, ensuring that the world never forgets what happened. Below the church, there are crypts where the remains of the victims are laid to rest. Visiting them is a sobering and deeply emotional experience. It forces you to confront the reality of this history, not as a statistic, but as a human tragedy that affected millions of lives. And this brings me to a question for you all to think about. What year did the Rwandan genocide take place? And how long did it last? The answer is 1994, and it lasted for approximately 100 days. It's a shocking and important fact to know. Visiting Nyamata is heartbreaking, but it also gives you a profound appreciation for Rwanda's journey of reconciliation and unity. Here's a second trivia question. What is the name of Rwanda's national unity and reconciliation process, which often involves community-based justice? It's called Gakaka. Understanding this helps you see how this country has worked so hard to rebuild itself into the peaceful and forward-looking nation it is today. This memorial is not a hidden gem of beauty, but a hidden gem of the human spirit, of remembrance, resilience, and the enduring power of hope. Wow, what an absolutely incredible journey that was. From walking on top of a rainforest and exploring ancient lava caves to hiking a volcano and reflecting at a site of such historical importance, these 10 hidden gems have shown me a side of Rwanda that is so diverse, resilient, and breathtakingly beautiful. This country is so much more than just its famous attractions. It's a place filled with secret adventures, profound culture, and some of the kindest people I have ever met. I hope this video opened your eyes to the amazing possibilities that are waiting here. This trip has honestly changed my perspective on so many things. It's a testament to the fact that there is always more to discover. You just have to be willing to step off the beaten path and look for it. Every single one of these 10 places offered a unique story and a powerful experience, and I feel so lucky that I got to share it all with you. I truly believe Rwanda is one of the most underrated travel destinations on the planet, and I cannot wait to come back and explore even more. If you guys enjoyed this adventure and want to see more videos where we uncover the world's best-kept secrets, please do me a huge favor. Smash that like button, share this video with a friend who needs to see it, and most importantly, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next crazy adventure. We're just getting started, and your support means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.